a really short. Oh, let's see. Did the screen break, or can you see it? It's all good, yeah.
It's nice, yes.
Information square. So yeah, we want to present to you about why Northvolt exists, what we do, and how you can find a spot in changing the world with us. It's a big word, but that's what we say at Northvolt. So let's see. Northvolt was founded in 2016, so we're quite a young company. With former employees at Tesla who saw that there will be a huge bottleneck in battery production if we are to do this transition towards a more electrical world, less fossil fuels. And the goal has since then been to be the leading supplier of sustainable, high-quality battery cells and systems. And as far as we know, there is no other battery company that holds this high of a commitment to developing these sustainable batteries and battery cells. And I jump right into it. So one thing that is unique with our model is that we work with vertical integration. If you are not familiar with the battery industry, for now it's about, I think it's like 90 or 95% that is made in Asia, the batteries. And then they are also made in various geographical areas, like spread all over China or Taiwan or South Korea. So before a battery is even assembled, it has traveled a huge distance and then going to Europe to the cars. So what we're doing in our gigafactory in Skellefteå, northern Sweden, is that we have vertical integration. So almost every process step is made under the same roof. So we really shorten the distances. And of course, also having 100% fossil-free energy driving this huge factory. So I just wanted to show you really quick sort of what we're doing, how we assemble these batteries. So first, there is this upstream building. It's really hard to 38 meters high, so it's a huge building. And here is where we make the active material. All the raw materials such as lithium, nickel, manganese, and cobalt are mixed into this active material. And then they transform to the next building where we mix these together with binders so that we have this, we pour it out on aluminum and copper foils to get these plus and minus part of the battery. And then we stack these on top of each other and have isolation in between and fill with electrolyte so it actually becomes a battery. And we dry this foils, and then the battery is assembled. So yeah, the aluminum foil and the copper foil filled with slurry is stacked and put into a can. And this you hear is a really crash course, but I just wanted to give you a short information. And then it's next to the next building we call formation and aging, where we run this battery. So we charge it, discharge it, charge it, discharge it, and let it be active for some time to see how it is performing and if it's working out well. So it's and many of these process steps, it's a very high a lot of quality steps. So a lot of like process technicians and quality technicians, because this is a super clean energy industry, so it has to be like in perfect condition all the time. So it's very high quality industry. So this and what is not on this map is that we also then have another building where we recycle these batteries. Either are who we did not manage to do great, then we break them down and we take them back to the first step, or other battery producers' battery. So what we are doing at Northvolt that we are super proud of is that we are actually closing the loop on batteries. So except for the mining and refining part, they are all taking place in our factories. So all the production steps and also the recycling. So on the same like square kilometers, it's all happening, which is super cool and unique for us. And also us having all these steps from putting together the raw material to the usage and all of that makes us, it's possible for us to collect a huge amount of data, because we could track all the process steps, which are other battery companies can't, because they aren't in charge of all the steps. So we can also then track and make sure that we are developing this battery and see what works and what doesn't, and which steps the problems occur. So that is very cool. And the products we produce are the cylindrical cells and the prismatic cells. And these are then put into volt blocks or volt racks or mobile packs, depending on how much you need. So the cylindrical cell can maybe, those and the prismatic cells are mostly used in cars, put next to each other, whereas the mobile pack would like, maybe if you're having a cool outdoor event in the middle of the forest, you can power it by the volt pack mobile. And our markets is of course the automotive industry, which is the like big, the what do you call it, the forefront of the electrification. But then also portables and industrial. One of our first customers was Epiroc. So we are actually now making sure it's a mining and mining machines. So we are actually already now making sure that the mining part is more sustainable and more green. So we are super proud for that. And then also the grid, the energy storage. So to be able to use the electricity connected by the sun, to use it when it gets darker, and so we can actually even the peaks. So we can use it all over the span. And as I mentioned, we have it's a very new industry, very clean, and also very highly automated. And we have, as I mentioned, a huge amount of data. So if I would like to, and I've actually tried this, we have developed this thing called Northvolt Cloud. So each and every battery cell actually has a QR code. So if I were to scan that battery, I could see like the temperature in the room when it happened, which batch of foil. I can even see scans like XR scans of each battery for like helium leak test or whatever. So we can really predict what's going to happen and trace what we have done, which, as I said, through machine learning and AI will make us develop the absolute best battery possible. And we are at the moment located in Skellefteå, which is our first gigafactory going live at the end of this year, which we are, of course, super excited about. And me and Sophie, we're actually sitting in the same room, but it's hard to say. We are in Stockholm at Volt House, our headquarters. And then we have our R&D facility, or like where we develop our products in Västerås. So they are done in small scale in Västerås and then in large scale up in Skellefteå. And then we also produce the systems and the energy storage in Gdansk, Poland, with our own battery cells. And then we have Norsk Hydro in Fredrikstad, Norway, where we collect end-of-life batteries from Norway, since they are in the forefront of electrical vehicles. So we can collect all the batteries there and bring them to our own facilities and crush them down so we can use the raw materials again. And then also, maybe you have heard, since you have a big connection to Volvo down in Gothenburg, we have also now a joint venture with Volvo. So we will, at the end of this year, hopefully and probably, announce where the next gigafactory will be, which will be as big as Northvolt 8, and also have R&D connected and a campus connected to that. So we are super excited about that, of course. Yeah, so start of production for the new factory is most likely start of 2026. And Northvolt 8, this footage is like 4 weeks old, I think, this is the status. So this first building is the 38-meter high one. So you can, hard to say how big it is. You see the trucks seem really small in comparison. So when fully built, Northvolt 8 will be more than 1 kilometer long, so bigger than Old City Stockholm, have approximately 3,000 to 4,000 employees, and produce battery cells for about 800,000 to 1 million cars a year. And I'm not sure how many of you have been to Skellefteå. I'm from Skellefteå, so I can proudly say it's a great place to stay and an exciting city. I was just there some weeks ago. They have just opened a new culture house, and the world's tallest wooden building, 20 floors high wooden building with a new culture center, and they're expanding all the time. So really much exciting stuff happening in Skellefteå. And I forgot to say that we're now, even though we're quite young, we have passed 2,000 employees, and we have passed 100 nationalities. So we are people from all over the world working side by side. So I actually started August last year, and then we were about 700 employees. Now we're, I think, 2,300. So it's growing extremely fast. So with that crash course, I will hand over to Sophie.
Hi everyone, as Julia said, my name's Sophie, and I was actually an intern in the summer in talent acquisition. So I've sort of been through the whole process of applying, and I kind of know what it's like. And now I'm a full-time employee, which is great.
Excuse me, I just want to interrupt because of the mic is off on Sophie's computer. We will only see Julia.
Oh, you only see me. I see you
yes.
now. Okay, let's do like this. Let's do like this. You can join me.
Yeah, actually.
Yes, that's a great solution. Thank you.
Yeah, great. And you can hear me.
A little bit more because it's also
blurred.
blurring.
Sorry, my bad.
Sorry.
That's great. Thanks.
Yes, as I was saying, I was an intern in the summer, and now I'm a full-time employee. And as Julia said, you know, we've come from so many different nationalities, and I'm actually English, as you can probably tell from the accent. But what's super exciting at Northvolt is that, you know, we've got so many new roles on offer. So I think in ET, we're hoping to hire over, I think, 3,000 people by 2025. So as you can tell, I think it's a great company that has so many different roles that you can, you know, come and be part of, which is quite unusual compared to so many other different companies. And then at the moment, the kind of roles that we're mainly prioritizing, as you can see, are like production engineers, quality engineers, project engineers. But then also, of course, in the internships, you know, you can do anything from business development to quality to talent acquisition. So there's a whole range of things to get involved in. And then something else which I think is super positive is that the conversion rate from internship to full-time employee is very high, which kind of shows that, you know, we don't just want you for the summer for 8 weeks, but Northvolt is a place for you to kind of develop your career for the long term. And then just also some details here about the internship. So it's 8 weeks and it's paid, and it starts in June 2022, so next summer. And as I kind of mentioned already, it's really key for us that we have people that can develop and pursue your career for the future at Northvolt. It's certainly not something which we just want you for the 8 weeks, then you'll be gone. We kind of want you to develop. And as part of that, we have little things like lunch and learn, which are sessions where you kind of get to find out about other employees at the company and how they got into their positions. So it's definitely a place which is great for developing your, you know, future career prospects, I would say. And then just in terms of the whole process, the recruitment process. So at the beginning, you will hand in like your cover letter, your CV, and you'll apply on the career website. And then it's a standard procedure that you do a logic test and a personality test. And then after that, you'll have an interview with someone from talent acquisition. So it could be me. You'd be very lucky. And then after that, it's a meeting with the hiring manager, and then also with someone who would be in your team. So we kind of say that it's a few steps, but we think it's a good two-way process. You know, we get to check that you're the right fit, but also you get to make sure that you know the expectations going on, and you get to make sure that it's definitely a place that you want to be as well. And then we also check references, and then we send the offer. That's always the best bit, and the contract. So that's a slight overview for you.
Super. And then we hand over to Ella. And Ella, may I ask you, where are you sitting right now?
Yes, you may ask. I'm actually sitting at Chalmers in the Student Union building on the second floor. So I'm right here. So my name is Ella, and I am actually currently a student at Chalmers. I'm doing my last year of my master's in industrial engineering and management. And I was, as Sophie, one of the summer interns this year. So I did my internship in customer product management in the automotive sector. And I was splitting my time about 50-50 between Stockholm and Västerås, but I also got to spend a week up in Skellefteå, which was super cool and just so much fun. And as you were saying, Julia, it's just such a community up there, and there are like, it's a lot of things going on, and it was really, really cool and inspiring to see. So about the internship, I just learned so much, and I cannot cover everything on these brief minutes, but it was a lot of, to me, it was really cool how there is a lot of competence in the company. So people just know so much things, and they're so talented. So to just be in that environment and to be able to really just learn and get to know these people, to me, that was one of the best things. And also one other thing that I really want to take up is I really got responsibilities from start. Pretty much from my first day, my manager was setting up new responsibilities for me and how to walk through that. And I think it's also important to know when doing the internship that you are there to learn and you are there to actually be a part of the company rather than to just like be by the side and see what they are doing. You're really getting hands-on experience. And that's something that I personally value really, really high. So yeah, Sophie was mentioning it's a very fun summer, and it's filled with not just learnings and also meeting new friends and colleagues, but also all the fun activities that are included in that, which was like we did different after works. We had a beach volley going on every Thursday, which was a lot of fun, and just hang out a lot of time with the newfound friends and colleagues. So that was really, really fun. So now I am in Northvolt still as a customer product manager, but as an intern part-time while I'm doing my studies. And yeah, I think that was just the brief things that I had to say these minutes. But if you want to ask me any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can find me on LinkedIn. My name is Ella Dan, and just please reach out. But I'm also in the Student Union building right now, and I will be here up until about 1. So I am on the second floor in, I think, group room 3. I will open the door so you can see that I'm sitting here. So if you want to just pop by and ask questions or just say hi or have a chat, please come see me, and we'll just have a good conversation about it.
Awesome. Thank you, Ella. And we're keeping time in a great way. So I said to Oscar initially, we'll keep 10 minutes at least for questions, but we are okay to push time if there are many questions. So that was the super fast version of what we are doing and how you could participate in this. And I really also want to stress that it's really like inspiring, because being here is the conversation you just overhear, like, oh, they're on that project and these are doing this thing, and you like really get the sense of like so much things are going on, and you can just getting involved in things you're interested in. So it's a really inspiring place to be. But okay, let's open up for questions.
Yes, great. Thank you so much for a wonderful presentation. A lot of cool facts and also nice stories to listen to. Yes, people here in this room, the participants, please feel free to write some questions in the chat. I have some here, and I will moderate them. And you can also unmute yourself if you think that's easier. So we have a question here from, let's see, yes, we will begin with this one from Tina. So for students that are not part of EU, non-EU students, how is that operating? I think, oh, yes, yeah, that's correct. Do you know that?
You mean work permit?
Yes, if you look in the chat and the question from 1208.
We are not able at the moment to support with work permits for this short amount of time. If you are applying for more not internship roles, say a junior position in engineering, that is more possible. But for this short amount of time, we are not possible to help out in that, unfortunately.
Yes, great. I hope that was a nice answer to you there, Tina, so you roughly know how it works. So we will continue to the question that was published by Sravan 1210, and he wonders what type of education backgrounds Northvolt is looking for example, computer science, etc.
Do you want to answer?
Yeah, I don't know where to look. It's confusing. Oh, look here. I mean, I guess it sort of depends on the role that you're applying for. But of course, in a broad way, it would be like engineering, business, all of those sort of degrees are super relevant. But not only that, of course, we also look at like your cover letter, a kind of previous experience that you've had, and obviously your personality, and if you're willing to sort of get involved straight away, hands-on, and be proactive. I'd say it's a combination of all those different areas.
I can also add to that, we have an open application for master thesis, and there you would describe like which areas you're interested in and what topic you'd like to write about. So you can also check there. And for background and education, I think we have like 340 roles or something open at the moment, so it's very different, but I would say like we hire sort of every engineering kind there is. It's all over the spectrum. So but of course we would not reach out to you if we didn't think you were super interesting to us. So please see, and for the internship roles, they are all over the company, and they are quite like broad, because we know that many don't have the experience and knowledge about the battery industry. So instead we chose to do it. So if you are interested in working with, say, recycling, you can apply through these areas, and then you can like describe your education and your prior experience. So we will try support and also guiding you where you would suit the best.
Yes, great answer. So a short version of it, yes, all type of education backgrounds are warmly welcome.
Yeah. And I can also add to that, I don't know if not, maybe all of you are graduating now, but we will be, as you saw, like looking for engineering types like for very many years to come. So it's not only, of course, for this summer, but we're trying to and hoping to fill these summer internships with really exciting and excited students. So that's where we're here today.
Great. Then we have some specific questions from a chemical background and also an industrial engineering background. I think we touched it a bit in the previous question. Do you have some recommendations of position these people should apply for?
Yeah, I mean, definitely both chemical and industrial. Again, have a look at so as Julia mentioned, on the career page, we have all the different internships up. So you can have a look and just see what you think sounds most interesting to you.
And we also have quite a lot of positions on, as I remember, the quality, the process quality and technicians, and chemical background is suitable there. So process engineers, production engineers, quality technicians, those areas would be also relevant to you.
Yes, great. So from Shersot 1221, what are you looking for in the recruitment process?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's something I get asked a lot, but I would say, of course, someone who's passionate about Northvolt. You know, you're really invested in the company, and that you can kind of show that to us in the interview or even in your cover letter and your CV. And then someone who's sort of willing to take risks, and someone that can see themselves developing their future career at Northvolt. I'd say at the top of my head, key ones. I don't know if you have anything.
Yeah, we have these 3 value words, which are bold, passionate, and excellent. Doing this fast transition to what we're doing and how we us working here, we know that the time is ticking on Mother Earth, and we have to do this transition very fast. So we move in a fast pace. So you have to be able to like roll up your sleeves and start working. That's like Ella said, you get big responsibilities from day one, because we believe together we can fix this. So we need people that are like, yeah, as you said, like if you think of those words like bold. We say like dare to do tough decisions and like dare to work in new ways, and then also passionate, like sometimes you have to put in the extra hours or the extra creativity or the extra, you know, all of it, because we have to solve different problems and do it fast. But also excellent. We as Ella said, Northvolt is filled with excellent people, both as like treating each other well, but also like come with their different expertise. So and of course you have to start somewhere. So we also believe people can grow into all of this, but you have to start to have some sort of like, I want to be a part of this. I know I can contribute with my different skills, and I'm happy to start working. You know, that kind of spirit. We are also looking for that.
Thank you for that answer. So we will continue with Erik's question, and that's a question about full-time employment or summer internship. I guess he's graduating next summer and wonder if he should apply for a full-time position at Northvolt or develop himself in a summer internship role and then continue.
Yeah, I mean, I was in that position, so I graduated this year. So obviously I was looking for sort of full-time employment from September, but that's kind of why I decided to take the internship at Northvolt. I wanted to sort of learn more about the company and be involved, and you know, luckily I've loved it and I've become part of the team, and then I've been offered full-time employment now. So I would definitely recommend that you apply for the summer internship 100%.
But maybe do both as well, because
exactly
we will we know that the interest in us is luckily very high, so it will be tough to get the spots, but so also apply for the roles you're interested in, and then if you get the internship, jump on it, because then you, as you say, it's also a great way to like try us out. Is this suitable for me? Am I growing here? Am I loving it? So do both.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that was a good answer for you, Erik. Yes, the next question.
I can also add, like we only have like full-time positions. We don't do like I mean, you can work part-time as Ella is doing if you're doing studies, but like when you become a Northvolt, you're like fully in it. So just so you know.
Yes, it's a full-time employment. So we have a question: when will the applications open, and for example, how do we find them, deadlines, etc., and also about these master thesis jobs?
The master thesis will be open, do you know, end of this year, I think.
Yeah, by the end of this year.
And the summer internship has already opened, so you could find, if you just either you go to northvolt.com/career. You can also actually go to northvolt.com/Chalmers, because we have links there as well. So but you can tick in the box student, and then they all will appear to you. Most of them I think are ending end of November or mid-December. But we have just like, we open these and they will start, like they will probably pop up more roles now and then. And we also have like internships which are not for summer, which are like you can apply now and start. So you're tick the box student, and then you'll see what's open at the moment. We hope to fill many positions before the end of this year. So apply sooner rather than later.
Yes, great. We have another question. Can we start apply for full-time positions now to start working at the summer?
Please apply. It's for the summer internship. You should apply now, because we are screening for summer interns at the moment. So just apply for that. And for other roles, you can type in like when you can start working, and then the recruiters will see that information.
Nice. Are there?
I can just briefly pop in here. I got a private question in the chat about if you had to apply to come here, like if you applied to come here to the student union building, you don't, there's no application, like just come here and the door is open. So just come here and ask all the questions that you have if you can't ask them now.
Yes, it's not the scheduled time slot, so feel free to reach out to Ella. She will be there until 1 o'clock today. Great. Any other questions? Yes, maybe here.
Regarding the master thesis, what will happen is that you fill in the information that you're interested in, the topic and the area, and then the hiring managers and the people working here, they will search in these banks for what could be suitable. So try to engage them and make them excited about what's happening, and then you can of course discuss if there is a particular like something you need to change to make it like work for both parties. But otherwise, you tell them what you're interested in and what you want to do, and then if there's a match, they will contact you. So that's how that process will happen. And we have open application for each term, each semester. So I think, yeah, I'm not sure the ad will say when the last application date is.
But the best advice is probably apply if you are interested, and everything will be solved in some sense.
Exactly.
Great.
I can also, before we finish, I can, I think maybe I have linked this in the Chalmers, northvolt.com/Chalmers. But I really like them. We have this thing called the mixtapes, which are portraits of the people working at Northvolt. I think there are 7 done or something at the moment. So you can follow like people in different areas of the company, see what they're doing and what they're like and what they think about it. So either you go to the link or you go to youtube.com and type in Northvolt mixtape, and you will get these portraits. If you're more interested and get like a personal view, either you run to Ella or you check out the mixtapes. So any last questions before we end this and then go for lunch?
Maybe one last question here. It is on application process, rolling basis, or there is a deadline to apply for internships?
There is a deadline. At the moment, I think it's between, there's some roles are, I think, end of November and some are mid-December. But then again, you know, it could always come up new ones since we are like growing immensely fast. So sometimes it pops up new ones. So I would recommend you to check in our career page from time to time. But for the summer internship, we will be closing quite soon, so we can fully prepare for this coming summer.
Yeah, wonderful. Great job, guys. Thank you, Julia, Sophie, and Ella. Really good introduction presentation about Northvolt and the internship and also full-time employments for students in different type of educations. Great. We will now end this presentation, and later this week, I hope we will launch some of the recorded files. Look on Instagram or Facebook, and probably we will launch some information there. By that, I will say thank you so much for attending, and also thank you, Northvolt, for joining us this day. And I wish you a great lunch.
Thank you. I'll also add to this. Please help us spread the word on this, because we have so honestly quite short of time. So we're super interested in you and your study path. So please help us spread the word that we have super exciting career ahead. Joining us. So please be our ambassadors, and we'll see you later on in your careers.
Save the world.
Thank you for having us. Nice to see you.
Bye bye.
Bye.